Okay, today's Memoirs, Exhibit 9, Part 1. Of course, Exhibit 9 is public information. Now is not the time for nation's patriots to stick their head in the sand. We're all in this together. We all need each other, and we all need each other to prosper as international trading partners for all of mankind's economies to survive. Now remember, I was raised reading the Amarillo newspaper that won the 1961 Pulitzer Prize for exposing the local government's corruption. Yeah, some things just never change. Whose inspiration over the entrance of the Amarillo Globe News building has a patriotic mission statement engraved in stone. A newspaper can be forgiven for the lack of wisdom, but never for the lack of courage. Now, Exhibit 9 proves beyond a shadow of doubt more international legalizations, in spite of contradicting the Constitution, in spite of contradicting the rule of law, and in spite of Exhibit 9's filed evidence. Now, anyone can force anyone under the duress of calling anyone's over-collateralized notes due in 25 days. Then breach their very own created financial exit strategy of an agreed-to prior land auction, and without any legal notification whatsoever, post illegal foreclosure notices, and especially any creditors whose titles are Special Vice President of Special Assets, Executive Vice President of Special Assets, Bank President of the bank's Canyon, Texas branch, and my new commercial banker who just went broke in the land and cattle business, who informed me thereof, and as an immediate economic red flag of, yet again, those who cannot cash flow despise those who can. Now, each economic trader's world economic treason counts, cause, and effect counts to undermine the collapse of world economies against anyone's investments of beef checkoff dollars funding and promoting beef food international exportations and county, state, federal designated funding to promote beef food international exportations. Now anyone, 3 days after the above, can now prevent anyone from paying out, prevent anyone from leveraging their excessive amounts of equities with any other competing banks, and continue to run anyone's name, anyone's credit, and anyone's future earning power via an illegal Texas Property Code 5.028 correction instrument. When in fact, nowhere within the Texas state law for the correction instrument is anyone authorized to felony file and record the RICO fraudulent changing of a legal land description to an illegal land description, as RICO felony counts, cause, and effects within the illegal correction instrument, confirming the RICO membership's felons and their liabilities as deceptive forms. Under the Fair Debt Collection Practice Acts of 2010, deceptive forms, any person who violates this section shall be liable to the same extent and in the same manner as a debtor collector is liable. Again, To increase any inside trader of any board of directors, lawyers, law firms, bottom line. To increase the inside trading of any board of directors, his sons and or their associates, bottom line. As inside traders price fixing, illegal foreclosures, and at the expense of any stockholders' losses of annual and increasing interest income thereof. Anyone, any board of director, and any inside traders who so choose to inflict stock losses against. Now, in order to form a more perfect union, sooner or later, all will in fact be held accountable for all counts and all cause and effect counts thereof. AI's development will easily track down all economic traders, all hackers, and all who created, inflicted, and allowed the international anarchy as world economic treason to inevitably undermine and collapse world economies. Happens over and over again. All knowing full well their own penalties of perjury are public debt, thus leaving the taxpaying Congress no choice but to reduce their jurisdiction's budgets. Now, with the taxpaying Congress, we can get by without politicians. But the politicians, yeah, they don't have a chance without us. All knowing full well of their lack of jurisdiction as being in contempt of court, while illegally attempting to change the Constitution as authoritarians. All knowing their illegal government documented fraudulent paper trails. Seriously, you think you're going to get away with it with leaving these government documented paper trails? I mean, seriously. As being verified evidence and as obstructions of justice and as their own liabilities thereof. All were in fact given plenty of time and opportunity to correct the injustice, prosecute, and collect corruption's self-inflicted liabilities of fundings, fines, and retribution owed to the U.S. Treasury, the SEC, and owed to the victims thereof. Now, if you're a representative in Congress, a governor, or even if you're the President of the United States, only you control the changing of the Constitution, you legislate the rule of law, and uphold your constitutional oath of office and or profession. When you get home, you and all who participated will in fact be subject to the same Constitution, the same rule of law, and will not be considered special people, regardless of your organized political party, organized religion, or organized cartels' agendas. Of special people's causes, struggles, and or tax-free Minecraft publications. Now, if you participated in creating and inflicting and allowing the international case law and ethic changes as an economic traders international anarchy of world economic treason. When you get home, you and all who participated in it will in fact be subject to the same government documented violations, same economic losses, and the same support cases get out of jail free card. Now, anyone can go into your courthouse to file and record the same violations, economic losses against you and anyone so chosen. This is not a threat. This is the Constitution's poetic justice.